So first things when building, usually try to get the walls down first. So I'll just make some random compartments, and then once I start putting down buildings, I'll edit them to make it fit better. And then I usually try to do 2 compartments just for the Inferno Towers. And it used to just be like normal size 8x8 compartments, but now with miners you want to throw in like storages and stuff, so they're a little different. They still can be 8x8, so I'll do one of those. It's good to always check how many walls you have. For this one, it's not really coming out too great, so it's just easier to restart. Probably take a couple tries maybe to get a good layout, but yeah. And usually you want to make the ITs both on, like, not symmetrical to each other, because that just makes it easier to bitch or miner or pretty much anything. Only on certain bases you can. So for this one, that can be an Inferno comp, and we can put second one over here. again, 33 walls left means I may make one more compartment, maybe edit some others. This one over here looks like a possibly queen walk, so might be good to divide this a little. And maybe put actually it's also always good to know how if you see that it's 2 by 2, they can't reach from this corner, so it would be good to put a divide right there, because if the queen is in here, she can't reach that IT. So last 10 walls, I'll probably make another small comp right there. So that seems alright for an initial wall layout. So now we'll start putting some buildings. This could be a problem with these going like that, so I'll probably end up editing the Inferno compartment layout a little. I think, yeah, this should work. Put the second IT over here, and that'll be a lot better. Right. And usually in the IT compartments, you're going to want to throw storages. You want your clan castle pretty centralized, where it would be hard to lure. So this is probably the best spot. You could throw a mortar over here, over here, to prevent lure. So with the queen and king, these are probably take the most thought to place. So you probably want the queen not too close to the ITs, but still not lurable. So over here is probably a good spot. And then the king can either go to defend the queen or to defend the ITs. I think on this base, him being over here will work out. And then sweepers are usually placed next. You want them both centralized. Usually they end up just being near the queen. That's how it just works out. And you usually want them to kind of cover each other. So if I go like this, they cover most of the base and each other. So So next I would probably go to placing AirDs. So usually you want them away from the ITs, kind of spread out, so you can't really walk all of them pretty easily. So I think that's alright for the AirDs. I can edit them after if I need. Then your wizard towers, want to keep them away from the AirDs. So usually they're going to be near the ITs, and they can either be inside or outside. It doesn't really matter. Then expos, you do not want them to be walkable unless you're going to put in an area with a lot of HP and DPS. So like I could just load up this area with like an expo there, like 3 storages, a Tesla or 2, and that could work out. But it's just a lot easier to make them non-walkable. So I think like that covers well. And they can be near AirDs, it doesn't matter. They can be anywhere. And then usually you want to try to keep the archer towers near the wizard towers. And where the AirDs don't cover the trash, like over here. So that looks alright for the archer towers. We're probably going. And then while you're doing this, you want to look at the wallow pathing as well. So if they sent loons here, they go wizard tower, archer tower, wizard tower, archer tower, then the ITs. So it'll be a lot harder to get the ITs. If they send it from this side, they could possibly go to the IT, but I don't think so. So I'll just move that archer tower one over so they don't have a chance. And put some more. You want HP kind of in good spots within the base. So for miners. And we can put some more point D down. This might be a good spot for an archer tower. I think alright. Then bomb towers. You want your bomb tower near an AirD, the queen will be locked onto a hound. So if a hound's over here, they'll try to skelly it, and this bomb tower will cover all this. And then over here, if the hound was over here, this bomb tower will cover that. And in some cases, there's only one AirD near the queen, so you just have to use one bomb tower. Then you can use your other bomb tower on the outside or near the ITs to add extra splash for either bitch or miners. So I have 3 cannons left. Probably put one there. Put one here with some HP. And the pathing here might not be too great. Alright. I'll go like that. some Teslas to add DPS and make pathing a little harder to the IT. And on the outside over here, since this is a lot of high value, it'd be good to add some HP and like double layer trash to make funnel harder. I'll talk more about trash in a little. But I'm just gonna start a couple buildings over here. And then we have a couple spots. And this, I might put this expo here instead. Let's see. Yeah. Alright. So now the trash. We started a little over here. So usually when I put down storages or the town hall or the drills, they're the highest HP, so you can't bowler trade from like a gold mine or barracks or anything onto any of these buildings. So yeah, I'd always put those in front, and then I try to spread out the rest. And when it comes to mortars, you gotta either have builders' huts in front or lab 2 spaces away, and then they can't be or camp, and then they can't be bowler traded. Usually I just go with builders' huts for 3 of them, and then the lab for 4. And then if it's something like this, you could trade it, but the Archer Tower covers it. Then for AirDs, you gotta make sure you can't trade those. So it's gotta be 2 spaces from the wall, or you gotta have double layer trash, so you can't get enough shots off. So like over here, I could go like that. Also spell factories, you can't bowler bounce them onto a mine, so that's another good way to double layer. But I think for this, I'm just gonna leave it 2 spaces away, because I don't really need the... Actually, yeah, it would be a little annoying if I threw this in front. Do this. Camps are good when you only have like single layer, just make it a little more annoying. Just throw a camp in front of it. And then I think for this one I'll do the lab. I gotta move everything though. Alright. Put a hut there. So that makes this funnel kind of annoying. And then over here we'll just spread everything out. Spread some trash out. Throw a camp in front. base, or this will happen sometimes. You'll be almost done, then you're in a trash building, so you can just usually look to replace some buildings, like these two I can replace with a camp, like that. And then I forgot to use my mortars, but you can go back after and see where you either need to make loon pathing harder into an ARD. So like over here would be a good spot. Like if you put it here, if they go into the mortar, they'll go to the cannon first, because it's one space over. So you do that. You could potentially bowler trade this, but this archer tower should cover the angle. Just in case, I think I'm gonna put that instead. And then I'll probably put a mortar over here. Yeah. So mortar. Hot. And that should be good. So now over here we'll just finish putting the trash. Get this last drill. And it's also pretty close. Sometime I think that from a barracks to a normal collector, it doesn't always kill it. So yeah, so that's pretty much all the buildings. These Teslas, these extra Teslas that you'll usually put on the outside, I'll save to last and see where I could use some additional DPS or make it harder to like loon deploy. So over there is a good spot. Alright, so now traps. For SAMs, you usually wanna, the way I do it at least, is I put one on each ARD, and then I use the last one where you might send dragons. And then Skelly, I'll do bombs first. Bombs, usually I'll do a double set on each IT. Sometimes you can just use one, but I think this base looks good for double sets. And you want to kind of predict where miners or hogs will go. So on this base, I could see miners or something coming down this way and going through. So I might put the giant bombs like that, or kill squad or something. You just want to put them on the side of the IT where you're pretty sure they'll get triggered. So like over here, I could see a kill squad or miners or hog or something pathing down this way. And on this one, they could really come in any angle, so I'll just leave them spread out like that. For red mines, you want to put them where hounds won't path, so near the ITs and wizard towers, away from the ARD, usually is where they work out. Like over here would be a bad spot because the hound will just soak that. Over here might be okay. And I'll throw it like that. Alright. For skelly traps, it used to be all air. Now I found that all ground, maybe 2 ground, 1 air works best. I'm thinking 2 ground, 1 air for this base, because I would usually put 1 ground on each IT, and then if I need a 3rd ground somewhere else in the base, I would use it, but I don't really. The last giant bomb I'll put here. This is likely comp. There's something going, considering the size and the queen. Then you gotta check one more time for CC range. It should be good. I'll move that Tesla out just in case. But yeah. And then spring traps. I would put them to defend hogs. So in between 2 buildings, 2 defenses like that usually works out. Then maybe on the ITs could also work, because springing miners is pretty good. So I think that's alright for springs. And obviously, after you FC a bit more, you'll be able to change traps and see what works well on it. The small bombs, just always wall breaker traps. So one bomb will kill wall breakers. So put them where you think wall breaker would likely happen. So this comp looks like you could wall break him, get a jump, or just jump or something. So I'll put some over here. Over here they might try wall break in this area, so this bomb should cover most of that. Over here they could definitely try to wall break in. Usually they don't try to wall break in at the ITs, so I wouldn't even bother over there. And the last one over here or over here could probably work. I'll just put it there. And then this is the final base, so let's take a screenshot of that, save it, and we're good. Hopefully this was helpful.